Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, July 17th. Looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. So, the rotation is continuing from different sectors, right? And I think it's healthy for the overall market. Yes, NQ got pushed down really hard today as they're taking profits. Look, there's huge profits in these tech stocks. So why not take some of them? Take some of that profit out, and they're putting it to work, though. They're not just sitting on it. They're putting it to work in the Dow. The Dow hit another all-time high today, and more importantly, in the Russell. So the Russell, even though it was down today, please keep in mind that was the weak longs getting out, short-term longs getting out, and more long-term money buying it. Okay, why do we know that? Because the volume, again, is 62.5 million. Okay, that's more long-term money buying it. I'm telling you right now. So that's healthy. Okay, so they almost got to the next big target, which was January of 2022's high, 2.5 years ago. If they get acceptance above it, which they did not today, they came off it pretty hard. If they get above that, their next target, even though it's still far away on the monthly time frame, is the all-time high. Now, again, we don't expect it to just keep going up like that, right? You expect it to come into balance again, things of that nature. However, they're making really good strides in the right direction to do that. They go out today. Again, they took out yesterday's high. They traded a lot in the lower distribution and between both distributions. They go out with a 9-wide point of control and an afternoon rally high in F. NQ goes out with a triple distribution day down. Well, first the gap. We have the gap. It's a $4 gap. So that's a large gap. Okay, it will not get filled that easily unless you trend up or you gap into it. So they go out with a large gap, a highest accepted price in B, a triple distribution day down, an afternoon rally high in I, and a 9-wide. It's 9-wide. Let me just update that. We do end up with a 9-wide POC in NQ also. So they have a lot of different reference points and destination in NQ after today. They also probed, but not enough for me to use L's low. Okay? ES goes out with a gap just under $2. It's about $1.80. They go out with an afternoon rally high in K and an 11-wide POC. They tried to go trend down twice, but never held it. So ES, even though they were down pretty good on the day, could never really get going as far as trend down. We all look like what? B shapes for long liquidation. ES, NQ, and righty. Now, NQ's is definitely more elongated because they're selling the tech stocks more to put money into work as they rotate out of tech into the Russell and the Dow. So no real surprise. The afternoon turned very, very boring, but I made my day in the first 4 time frames, A through D. And, when the market moved like it did in A and B, especially once we got the overnight low in NQ, so you had gap, value, overnight low, and indices all in your favor, and the opening once you got below it. So that was just, for me, that's the kind of trading I like to see. So A, B, even though C was an inside bar, we were still trend. And then D, I did well in on all shorts. I didn't do anything after that. I'm trying to think. After that, the only thing I did was 2 things. 2 trades I took in ES, actually. I longed I period thinking it would stop the one-time framing. I took a 2-point loss on it. But then I did it again in J and made 4 points. I made 2 points net in ES. What I wanted to do as a last short on the day was if ES had gotten up to, where the heck is half back? I've lost half back on this here. Is it right at value high? It might be. I was looking to short ES at around half back and the opening. Never got to it. I was also looking to short NQ if they filled that a very small set of single prints for their triple distribution. If they had filled that one little set, I was looking to short that. Didn't happen. I didn't do it. But again, It was kind of a boring afternoon, but a lot of good market talk in our trading room. Destinations, the high is 72.75. The gap gets filled at 90.25. Afternoon rally high at 51.75. 11 wide at 46.50. And today's low of 33.25. In SPY, today's high is 560.51. The gap gets filled at 562.10. Our afternoon rally high is 558.38. SPY was only 10 wide at 557.96. And today's low is 556.61. And then on the chart, I'm going to show you quickly a couple things. So first, ES. So here's the weekly in ES. We're still up. We're one time framing up in SPY 7 weeks. Now we had the outside week up, remember, 3-4 weeks ago in ES, but they're still up. So the weekly is still healthy. Okay? The daily, however, has come back to balance. I will probably use Tuesday's low of the 9th as my balance low, and yesterday's all-time high as the balance high. And then just quickly on NQ, the weekly has now officially come back into balance. How big is the balance? Well, we still have 2 days to go in a week. Is it only going to be a 3-week balance? That's possible. But if we do go much lower, it could encompass a much bigger balance. We'll know by the end of Friday. But the daily is definitely down, with the gap in both NQ and ES being our main focus. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. And by the way, only 50 million on the tape. So even on a day where we were down 1.4%, not heavy volume. NQ did 55 million. So they did 15 million above average. There is some long-term money maybe selling that to buy the IWM, which again, 63 million on the tape. Thanks for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.